Hey there friends, I'm Andrew from the Scrapbox, and you know what time it is. The other week I made Huntrix from K-Pop Demon Hunter, and at the very end, I issued a challenge. I said 5,000 likes if you wanted to see the Saja Boys. And you guys did that in under a week. You guys have decided that every rose needs a thorn, every coin has two sides, and every K-pop band needs a rival K-pop band. So we're gonna make the Saja Boys as Lego minifigures. Let's get to it. Oh, before we begin, two announcements, one good, one bad. Good one first, obviously. The Magpie is now Sussy officially. That's right, they just released some merch about it. You guys, we did it. I'm so proud of you all. Very nice, very impressed. Now we can put that one to bed officially. Number two, a lot of you messaged me about my Lego ideas set. A lot of you guys said that you voted for me. A lot of you guys said that you didn't like the changes to the tiger. And my response was,
what?
Because I didn't make it a Lego ideas set. So I looked into it. Yep.
Hey, Spring Boob Squirepin stole my idea.
I'm very much a live and let live type person, but I did report it. Yeah, don't steal other people's ideas. But at least this second guy didn't steal from a content creator, they just reskinned Toothless. So that's a plus, and it's already got 10,000 votes. Anyways, let's go make some Saja Boys.
Winner! Goo goo gaga.
Baby Saja is a fan favorite, and I'm going to be making him in his Soda Pop outfit. One of the big themes of the Saja Boys that I didn't realize the first time through is that each character represents a negative aspect of the K-pop genre. Baby is the youngest member, and as the name suggests, represents infantilization of celebrities. Infantilization is one of those fancy words for treating someone like a baby, which is especially problematic when the person is a full adult.
He's a baby.
Baby's outfit makes this much more apparent, as while everyone else has an outfit that shows their physique, Baby is the only one with an oversized baggy sweater.
You're wearing that sweater forever.
Plus, outside of performing, Baby only has one line in the film.
Goo goo gaga.
The film did an amazing job portraying this character, and I love everything that went into the design, except the yellow hat. I'm using this beanie hair combo as the closest piece, and the reason the yellow hat grinds my gears is because I have to paint it. And yellow paint is notoriously difficult. It took 8 coats to get the hat to this point, but I think it turned out okay, which means I can finally print Baby himself. Now before we print, we must make one minifigure that will solve a problem 1,000 years in the making. Or like less than 1 year, but honestly, who's counting? Printing figures is hard, mostly because of totally preventable reasons. When I first started, I made this holster for all the pieces with the idea that all the pieces will be mapped out and aligned perfectly. But I wasn't thinking big enough, as UV printers print based on height, and the farther away an object is, the less quality of the print. I didn't perfectly calibrate each piece's height so that they'd all match, and the arms ended up being higher than the rest, making the lower portions come out terribly.
Okay, that's really bad.
My solution at the time was to do each piece separately, which definitely helped, but meant I had to be stuck at the printer's side constantly, having to reset the process every 3 minutes for about an hour per figure. Now I think I fixed it. I made this version where all the items do sit at the same height. Hopefully. I'm also remarking the center and gluing a frame in place so the prints shouldn't shift unexpectedly. And now it's time for an art map. This figure probably looks like a bunch of random squiggles and shapes, and that's because it is. But the unique configuration acts like a map that'll help us see what prints well and what looks bad. It'll also help us with the face, which is one of my biggest issues, as I usually make faces too big or too small, and if we could take this well-established face and print our map on it, then we can match the exact size we need to make our faces at. Let's hope this works. It all printed. Everything is aligned. It looks beautiful. Now I can take a close-up of this face and a digital copy and map out exactly where the future faces should align. Wonderful. This is now my favorite figure in the lineup, but I do want to see Baby Saja. I'm actually impressed. Look at that proportionally correct face. The sweater looks comfy, the shirt hangs out perfectly, and everything is clean. I think this is one of the first minifigures where if I put it with random LEGO figures, it doesn't jump out as a custom. My only regrets are the white from the shoes are pretty dull, but that's what you get for printing on purple, and I was too afraid of messing up the yellow paint, but I should definitely add more teal to the hair. Solid A for baby, but who could be next?
Abby someone. Abby someone.
Can we get Abby someone on the board? If baby stands for infantilization, then Abby stands for the opposite.
Sex appeal.
Bubble, you can't say that.
Unfortunately, Bubble is correct, and it's pretty overt by the name and that. It's one of those strange and awkward phenomena where people in the public eye become objectified. And it's like, uh-oh, that's a real human person you're looking at. Except I guess in Abby's case, that's a demon person you're looking at. But moving on to the outfit. I struggled to find a color for the shirt that matches Lego's colors, and of course, it has to be half unbuttoned to show Abby's muscles. I eventually settled on this color and this design. I think it looks rather nice. Now, at the start of the project, I was determined not to have to do any custom sculpts for the sake of my sanity, but then immediately threw that idea away. So here I am combining the beanie piece and Ned's hair in order to make a beanie hair combo that doesn't match Baby. I thought Abby would look bald just in a beanie, and if I use the same pieces as Baby, then it'd be really noticeable, especially since they both have yellow hats. And while the copious amount of work on my table may be stress-inducing, a little suffering never hurt anybody. Wait. Abby looks amazing. It's a really nice outfit, very stylish, and if I had to pick something, I'd say the yellow paint is still haunting me. And I'm pretty sure my printer's light nougat index is off, so I'll have to experiment on that in the future. Overall, B+. Whenever I have to paint something to match Lego's colors, I do get a lot of comments asking what type of paints I use, and the answer is, it's mixed. If you're looking to match LEGO colors, a good start is the Game Color Intro set from Vallejo, as most of their warm colors match up to LEGO pretty well. I think these ones are almost perfect matches, and the paint itself is decent. Besides yellow, but yellow's universal. Oddly enough, War Paints matches cooler colors better, and I picked these ones up individually over time, so I can't recommend one set that they all come in. Even though I've successfully matched a lot of colors, there are still a bunch that I am missing, and I don't know how many people it would help. Should I make a little chart of all Lego's colors and say this one's a perfect match, this one's almost a perfect match? Would that actually help anybody? Well, let me know in the comments.
But now I need some romance, pronto.
Romance. Romance represents parasocial relationships, which in layman's terms is how some people will think celebrities and public figures are their friends or romantic interests, when that public figure has no idea who the other person is. I've seen so many people get genuinely upset when their favorite celebrity starts dating someone because in their minds, they believed it could have been them. What? But that's not nearly as upsetting as using this hairpiece and trying to match Lego's coral color. Yeah, you thought that paint segment earlier was for nothing, but it was actually foreshadowing. It's pretty close though.
How close?
Close enough.
Overall, Romance turned out pretty well. I like how the figure came out. I just feel like out of all of the characters, Romance is the least developed one, and that muddies how I feel about this figure. But looking just at the design, it's a solid A, and a lot of hearts. Now who could be next?
I guess it's a mystery.
Mystery. Mystery envelops the lack of privacy public figures have. There's so many tabloids and paparazzi and videos charting these people's every move. Frankly, it's a bit scary. But Mystery's design is such a clever take on the subject, as everything about the design is purposefully vague. Obviously, the hair covering the eyes keeps the expression hidden.
Get a haircut!
And their outfit is a blend of all the other characters. Their arms show a tough attitude, but the sweater vest indicates softness, and while the arms are exposed, they're non-traditionally covered up. Plus, it seems like Mystery wears pink lip gloss, at least in certain photos, adding an extra sense of androgyny. And then there's this.
Thanks for coming.
I don't know what that's about, but it happened. Oh, before I forget, some people asked why I made Huntrix in their opening outfits, and I'm probably going to get a lot of repeat questions about the Saja Boys in their Soda Pop outfits unless I address this now. It's because these outfits show each character's individuality. In Idol and the finale, the outfits are cohesive, which shows each team is working together as a unit. It's great for storytelling purposes, but terrible for making unique figures. For example, the scene in Endgame where the remaining Avengers suit up to save the universe shows these individuals putting aside their differences to achieve the impossible. But you would cry if this was the only Captain America figure. Maybe I'll come back and make more versions in the future, but since I only have one version of each character, I wanted them to be unique. Now back to Mystery. For Mystery's hair, I took Ron Weasley hair and just pulled down the bangs just a little bit. In some photos, Mystery has periwinkle hair, and in others it's gray. It adds to the mystery. I went with gray. And I have to say, I made a fatal error while printing. My printer sucks, and the white base coat nozzle is shifted by 0.03 inches, so when switching to color, I have to offset it, and I forgot. Luckily, I had an extra purple torso, but I had to keep the legs messed up as they were. Also, I definitely should have used a brighter yellow for the sweater, so overall, Mystery gets a C. I just wanted to take a second to say thank you to all of my wonderful Patreon members. You are the reason why I can make as many K-pop bands as possible. You guys are amazing. Sincerely, from the bottom of my heart. Patreon is the best way to support me. Yeah. Okay, back to it. Last up, we have Jinu. Just let me open up my art program. Oh no, hold on. Oh no. There we go. Phew. We're just gonna work on Jinu's pants. Jinu is an interesting character that falls into the category of don't think about it too hard, because once you do, you'll realize this is a 400-year-old man trying to date a woman 1/20th his age. And that's spider monkey levels of weird. So instead, we can admire Jinu's nice outfit. He's got a pink t-shirt on and a light plaid shirt. It's simple and elegant. Man, I hope this guy's not gone for good, because they didn't even get one kiss. Not even one in the movie. That's so rude. Anyways, he's a beautiful, beautiful man, and I think the figure represents that to the best of my ability. The paint touch-ups on the arm where the printing doesn't cover are a bit awkward, but besides that, it's a great, solid A. This isn't about K-pop demons at all. I just wanted to share this. I got books. I got books. I got fancy books to go with those books there. This one I got. And then someone gave this to me as a gift. It's The Art of Arcane. And I can't hold these both. There we go. Thank you. I'm gonna open it up, and I'm gonna read every page, and I'm gonna love it forever. Well, can't say forever, because one day the sun will engulf the earth, and all of our earthly possessions will be gone. But until that moment, I will love this. So thank you. And there you have it. Now we finally have the Saja Boys. You did it! You survived until the end. Congratulations! Give yourself a pat on the back. As always, I've been Andrew. You've been watching the Scrapbox. Do all the YouTube things. Don't forget to like and subscribe. What else? Don't put walls up with the people that you care about. It's okay to be vulnerable. Alright, that's my only advice for today. Have a good one. Bye! Finally, they can kiss. What is that? It's 2:13 in the morning. What am I doing with my life?